Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine, and today I will be your guide through the Tarot of the Longest Dream, illustrated by Roberto Innocenti and written by Rachel Paul. This was published by Lo Scarabeo in 2023. Roberto Innocenti is an Italian artist. He began his illustration career at the age of 18 back in 1958 in Rome, and began working as a graphic designer and illustrator, mostly in the advertising industry. On into his 30s, he branched out into illustrating covers, children's books, graphic novels, and the whole gamut of fantasy illustration, and received many international awards for his work. What I find really extraordinary about his career is he has no formal education in art. In fact, he had very little formal education at all. He went to work at the age of 13 in order to help support his family, and went to Rome at 18 is when he got his start as an artist. He is currently based in Florence, Italy, his place of birth. Rachel Paul has a long list of credits to her authorship. She has done a number of tarot and oracle decks. A few of them we've reviewed on this channel, such as the Star Dragons Oracle, which she worked on with Paolo Barbieri. She's also done the Barbieri Night Fairies Oracle, also with Paolo Barbieri. She's done the Tarot of the Little Prince, and she's written the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot that we've also reviewed on this channel. All right, so on to the book. So, Tarot of the Longest Dream, it comes in a very nice literature box. It's got a nifty little magnetic closure. It is a full-size guidebook, 173 pages. He's got some unique spreads here in the front, plus entries for every card, color pictures, and he also includes the sketches that he had made for a lot of the cards. In fact, he's got a few sketches in the back here, which are really very interesting to see his artistic process. So, very nice. He gives a list of different clues. Now, the focus of this deck is self-examination and dream analysis. So, he says here that this is a deck, or perhaps Rachel says here, that this is a deck for dreamers. The dreams are a key to reality and vision of life. And so using artwork as a way to better understand what we consider reality or explore our subconscious reality through artwork, that's the focus of this deck, which I find quite fascinating. It is a 78 card Rider-Waite Smith based deck. Actually, you do get 80 cards. You get a couple. You get an advertisement for the Prince Pinter deck. I've done a review on that one. And a title page card, which is very nice. You can use that as a bookmark, which is what I usually do with them. And you get 78 cards. You get 22 major arcana. Pull through the world. And then you've got your minor arcana in 4 suits. You've got wands, and your cups, swords, and pentacles. And then your court cards are page, knight, queen, and king. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down. We'll go through the cards one by one. Okay, so we'll begin with the major arcana and the Fool. Just one thing to note, the card size is 2 3/4 by 4 3/4 or 7 by 12 centimeters roughly. So we have our little Fool with his bag of tricks and little dog and some little owls watching. The Magician. Now he's added some some elements in here to kind of reflect the dreamy side of this tarot. So it's interesting to kind of dig in and look at all the little, what he calls the oniric clues that have been put in. Empress, Emperor, Hierophant, Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit. It's a lot like the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it does have some nice differences. Wheel, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World. So next we'll move on to the suit of Wands, beginning with the Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Subject the little castle in the air is interesting. Page. This is my favorite card in the deck. I'm not totally sure why though. It appeals to me on a subconscious level. Knight. Queen. Yep, there's Snuffles. And the King. Moving on to the suit of Cups. Ace. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Page. Knight. Queen. And the King. Moving on to the suit of Swords. Beginning with the Ace. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Page. Knight. Queen. And the King. Finally, suit of Pentacles. Beginning with Ace. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops. Excuse me. 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, page, knight, queen, and the king. Well, I hope you enjoyed our journey through the Tarot of the Longest Dream. Roses and thorns for this deck. Um, it took me a little while, a little working with it to appreciate the subtlety of this deck. On the surface, it looks very much like a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, so much so that I'm like, why would I really need this deck if I have the Rider-Waite-Smith? One nice little update advantage is you get a little bit more female protagonist characters in some of the cards, rather than it being a little bit more male-centered as the 1909 RWS was. Um, there are some nice little clues in here. I like the focus of it being kind of on that dream state. Dream interpretation is kind of why I got into tarot, or back into tarot really, in recent years, just so that you can have that opportunity to kind of step back and get some analysis on thought patterns that is very hard to do when you're just kind of being subjective in the moment. Tarot is a really great way to ask, what am I missing? What am I missing in this big picture? What assumptions have I made that I have taken for granted? Which is a beautiful key, beautiful tool, or tarot is a beautiful tool to resolve those things. So after working with a little bit, reading through the book, looking at some of the clues that they provide and the sketches, the concepts, it goes a little deeper than your typical little white book. It really grew on me. So it wasn't one that I immediately just, oh, this is a great tarot deck. But after working with it, it has grown on me. It has. Uh, One thing you'll notice that they don't do, it's a very upright card back. They don't do reversals or anything like that. I mean, all cards have positive and negative, so if you don't like to use reversals, you don't have to. So you have that option. All right. If you like this video, please hit like. If you like this type of content, please subscribe. I'm going to follow this up with a reading using the Tarot of the Longest Dream, and I hope you will join me for that video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.